So recently I got Monarch Super Gogeta, and I just wanted to see how much damage can he do, how much DPS can he do alone. Alone as in we're only counting his stats. I'm not gonna count the damage dealt by any other units on the field. So before this test starts, I want to point out one thing. So if we take a look at Goku's crit damage, right, it's 2.24. Now 2.24, we can equate that to like 224%. Minus the original 100%, that's the base number. So 124, he's getting an increase of 124%. So with Gogeta's passive over here, he should be taking half their crit damage. When he does steal it, he steals it when he crits, and he increases their shit by 50%. This is plus the 50% already. So if we go back to the calculator, if we take this number divided by 2, because Gogeta takes half of it, it should equate to 62. Now Gogeta here is only doing 1.75 before he gains the crit, and then after you can see he gets plus 50. Now it should be plus 62, but it is capped out at 50% for some reason, when he should realistically or mathematically speaking he should be getting 62%. I don't think it's stated anywhere besides the anime Vanguards DPS calculator over here. It says max 50% crit damage per unit. So yeah, we're gonna take that with a grain of salt. And yeah, now we're gonna do the actual test. So for this test, I'm gonna assume you have a God Burb that is somehow just so perfect that, to be honest, you could sell it on the black market for $10,000. But yeah, critical damage is all the way up, beefed up, everything. Now there is a way you can still make Gogeta stronger. That's through Smith buffs. That's through Hercule. And Hercule, he'll increase the overall DPS of your team, but we only really care about Gogeta for this test. So Hercule with a Fu familiar, his familiar, it can go to increase ally damage by 15%. So the original buff he gives to Dragon Ball units is 20%. So with the Fu giving him an extra 10%. On top of that, you can see, okay, it's 1.3 now instead of 1.2 normally. And if you have a perfect familiar, it will go up to 1.35. Now, why would you want to use this over something like, I don't know, Smith? Now, realistically, you're going to use this team in very short game modes. And I'm going to assume you only have one farm. So, okay, less about the farms, more about the kills. Having a lot of units and having to Smith all of them, it's pretty tedious. You can't shift click with the weapon buff, and plus you would still need to build up the ore stacks to be able to actually buff your units. So this is an easier, quicker way. And if you upgrade Hercule to even just the lowest amount where he starts giving the crit buff, which is his upgrade 7, he has the other passive that increases money earned by any farm unit. So it's pretty good. Like, let's place down a farm, and then he goes up to 3.7 grand, whereas normal with fortune it's 3,050. So it is good, and I'm just gonna use Hercule for the sake of this because it just buffs everyone. It's much simpler. And even if I put Fu on my Smith, it only would give like 1.35. So yeah, this is much simpler. It just buffs everyone in range, and everyone just benefits, like, way simpler. So to the calculator now, if we do Hercule buff, it does not account for DBZ units. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it does not account for DBZ units. 212k from DPS. 212 times 1.35. So this is 286k. And after 286k, let's 750% critical rate. So times 750%, like 7.5. He's doing like 7 million. I mean, not 7 million, sorry, 2 million and 146,500 damage. Let's times 100. Sorry, I've not done math in a very long time. I'm very slow right now. And then this is per hit, then times 2 the follow up, and divide by his follow up. I heard somewhere that his follow up is locked to 6%, 6 seconds. So his SPA, it doesn't matter. So like it's always 6 seconds. I don't know if that's true. I'm not gonna test it because I'm lazy. I'm gonna list the video where I heard that and I'll put it on screen now if I'm not lazy. But his maximum DPS is 715.5k. And you could get this team up and running in a Rift. I mean, there are better teams for Rift. Like the best team for Rift right now that I'd say is like Monarch Broly, Monarch Guts, Monarch Aizen, and Smith. Or like if you want to, you can use Griffith to gain the however much percent damage buff that he gives from his passive. That works. It's cost efficient, and you know it's still kind of the same. 40% is as good as a Dragon Slayer. But besides that, 715k DPS alone, just for the fun, it's pretty good. Actually, the best thing you could use this team for is Sid Act 2. Sid Act 2 with this team, with 2 people doing this and 2 people using Monarch Escanor, the fastest time I got on a Sid Act 2 was 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. Now, they took a long time to like restart and whatnot, so like the final time that's recorded in the lobby is like different. Like okay, 3 minutes 15 seconds, but this one it says 3:30. But yeah, at the quickest it's 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Now my team is not the best. Obviously, I don't have Deadeye Piccolo, I don't have Deadeye Ichigo, so I'm not getting the full 750% you know, critical hit. And obviously I don't have a God Burb to use for that, so you could probably get 3 minutes here, to be honest. Now I don't know what the perfect like combination is. Like okay, maybe one Monarch Escanor while the other 3 people farm up their Gogetas. Maybe it's everyone with Gogeta, but I kind of doubt that because you still would need early game, and one person sacrificing themselves to place one Gogeta is not gonna like out DPS a Monarch Escanor. But this is the fastest team for like Sid Act 2 in my opinion, or like I think from what I've seen. But yeah, Gogeta's max damage would be somewhere around 715k DPS. So yeah, it's pretty broken, but you know, compared to like entire teams, for example, Broly, Guts, Aizen, and Griffith, obviously it's gonna fall behind because you know there's just more heavy hitters on that team. But if you want funny individual damage, if you want to have like insane amounts of damage in like a very short amount of time, that's obviously the best. This is obviously the best like setup, like with Derai Goku, Derai Ichigo, Derai Piccolo, and the Chilai familiar with like 60%. That's how you get the most crit. So yeah, basically that's about it with the full crit team, 715k DPS. That's obviously if a God Burb, nobody has one of those. This is purely hypothetical. So yeah, probably the fastest Sid Act 2 team. This is what I would use it for. That's what I've been using it for. I wouldn't use it in Rifts. It's pretty dookie in Rifts. So yeah, without further ado, I think I'm gonna close this video off. If you enjoyed this video, if it taught you anything, leave a like, subscribe, blah blah blah, all that nonsense. Share it, leave comments. And yeah, sorry for my shit schedule, upload schedule. I don't even know what to post anymore. Edits, Roblox, DBL. But yeah, thank you for watching.